Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Leigh, a certified holistic nutritionist, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my recipe for an all-natural DIY tick repellent. I've been using this recipe for the last 2 years. Since we moved into our house, I've been relying on this spray. We back onto a forest with a creek, and it's almost impossible to keep my kids out of there. It's a fun place for them to go, but I have to make sure that they are well protected against ticks and Lyme disease and all of the co-infections that go along with getting bit by a tick. So I try to minimize the likelihood that a tick will even come near them as much as possible. Prior to us moving into our new house, I never thought twice about ticks, and I never really took any precautions whatsoever. I would just let my kids play in the park and go into forests, and I really thought nothing of it. And then we met our neighbors, and their son has been affected by Lyme disease, and it's just the most horrific disease, and there's so much more to it beyond just Lyme disease. So this became a big reality for us, and it definitely scared us, but it also lit a fire under us to make sure that we keep ourselves safe. And that's exactly why I'm sharing this recipe with you guys today. So we're happy that our neighbor's son is doing well now, and they just got back from treatment in India for close to 2 months. So it's a blessing that we were able to learn from them and to safeguard ourselves, and we're just so happy that he is on the mend and doing really well right now. I am going to share with you my recipe for an all-natural DIY tick repellent. However, a repellent is only one way to prevent yourself from getting bit by ticks, so stay to the end of the video where I'm going to be sharing with you 3 of my bonus tips. These tips will be sure to help safeguard you and your family and avoid getting any kind of nasty little tick bite. It's not meant to scare anyone. Yes, Lyme disease is on the rise. Yes, ticks are more prevalent than ever, but there's a lot that you can do without it affecting your life in a negative way. So I hope you guys find this helpful. I'll leave links to every product that I mentioned down below. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, the first thing that you're gonna need for this recipe is some kind of spray bottle. I have just like this glass amber jar with a spray lid. This is a 2-ounce size. You can definitely get bigger ones. You probably don't need to go any smaller because you want this to last you. So with regular daily use, I will fill this up a few times throughout the summer. So if you want, just grab a bigger one than this. I just want to make sure that the oils are really fresh and still really pungent. So that's why I just refill it every time this gets empty. You will also need apple cider vinegar, some water, neem oil, and then the essential oils are the most important, so get the best quality that you can possibly buy. I was using a different brand of geranium essential oil, and then I smelled the Young Living one compared to the other one. And there's no question that this is definitely more concentrated, it's more fragrant, and that's exactly what you want. So in my opinion, it is best to invest in a really good quality oil such as Young Living. I've only got 2 Young Living oils here that I'm gonna talk about. The other 2 are from different brands. So I will be swapping those out just because the scent is incredibly strong compared to the other brands. So yes, definitely more expensive, but in my opinion, you don't mess with ticks. You want something that's really, really strong and fragrant so that they are less likely to come near you at all. So geranium, peppermint, tea tree oil, and citronella. You're gonna start by adding in some of the apple cider vinegar. You wanna fill it to about 3/4 of the way full. And then you're gonna take your neem oil. This is very thick and kind of sticky, and you're gonna add about a teaspoon of neem. As you can see, I'm not measuring. It's not necessary to be overly precise with it, but you do wanna make sure that you're getting enough essential oils in there. And then you're going to add in 40 drops of the geranium essential oil. And then we're gonna add in 15 drops of peppermint, 20 drops of tea tree oil, and 20 drops of citronella. And then you're gonna fill the rest of the bottle from here up with your water. Leave a tiny bit of room at the top because you do wanna be able to shake this. The neem oil does sit at the top, but that's okay. Every time you use it, you want to shake it. And there you go. You have an all-natural DIY tick repellent. Okay, now the 3 tips that are also essential to keep you and your kids safe. My first tip is to make sure that you are wearing light colored clothing. Ticks are dark, and if you are wearing all black or say blue like this, you won't necessarily see them on the clothing. But in order to spot them, wear light colored clothing, especially when you go out into the forest or creek area. This weekend, we were wearing our tick spray, yet my son had one on the back of his leg. Luckily, he was in light colored pants, so I was able to see it right away. I killed it. But had he been wearing black pants, I may not have seen it. The second thing that you want to do is to strip off all of your clothing before you get into your house. So we only go out into the back creek once a week because it is a bit of a production doing all of this, but it's just something that is kind of a non-negotiable for me. If we're going out there and I want to make sure that my kids are safe, what we do is we take off all of our clothing on the deck and then we throw it into the washing machine right away as soon as we get home. And we run that load of laundry right then and there, because if there were any ticks on our clothing that we weren't able to see, they will die in the washing machine or the dryer. Once you get all your clothing off, the third thing that you want to do is a full body scan followed by a shower, especially for us women. If we have longer hair, it's going to be much easier for ticks to hide in our hair. It's a good idea to wash your hair if you're in an area where your ticks are more likely to live. So what we do is we check our kids, we do a full body naked scan, and then we throw them in the tub, wash their hair, check again, make sure there are no ticks. We're pretty much good from that point on. Use your all-natural tick repellent, but realize that it is not 100% effective. I'm in no way trying to scare anyone from enjoying the great outdoors, but there are many precautions that we can take. If you guys have any other tick repellent suggestions, please leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you guys in my next video. Take care. Ciao.